Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Captain of Industry. We have so much to do. So much to do, it's overwhelming. But let's get cracking. I can see at the top of the screen we got problems with our workers, right? Number of workers is -2. Let's get the beacon back on. Unpause that guy. In the meantime, let's unload the crew. That'll at least get give us a little bit of surplus workers, and then once we get refugees coming in, we'll send the ship out and do more exploring. Problems I see right now are coal. Need to get coal because we're short over here in the diesel area. And I think coal could be the problem. We got a bunch of crude oil backed up, and we just need to get coal over here. So let's see what we can do. There's two ways to produce coal. One is our little charcoal or coal burners here. They're waiting on wood, it looks like, or someone to at least haul wood. Let's take a look at our tree harvesters. Okay, that guy's got trucks waiting. Where's the other tree harvester? Is it in this mess somewhere? Or are you way out? I'm sure there's a way to find the next one. Is there a way to find the next one? Let's see. Oh, this is for automatic upgrading kind of things. I don't know how to find the other one. Do we have two? I thought we had two. Maybe we should get another one built. If I look at vehicles... Yeah, we have two. If I click on them, maybe that takes me to them. Yeah, there's one right there. Waiting on trucks. Let's give these guys another truck. Vehicle status is busy. And then let's go to the other guy too and make sure this guy has 3 trucks. Oh man. Don't have a lot of extra vehicles at the moment. Let's take a look. Got another pickup truck being built as we speak. How are we doing on vehicle parts? We have 4. That's not enough. I'm going to queue up 2 more trucks anyway. Vehicle parts are over here. That's our storage. Here's our little assembler. Looks like we're waiting on mechanical parts. We know we also need to start thinking about construction part 2s here. Let's build another temporary factory for that. It's going to take a while because all of our throughput is just very, very anemic at the moment. I think I'm going to put you... Does this look so different? Oh, because I'm next to a storage. That's fine. And then I'm going to give you structure part 2s. That's going to take a while. But that's what's going to allow us to build the conveyor belts, which I think we just unlocked last episode. Yeah, these take construction part 2s, the flat ones, and the U-shaped. We can do molten channels and we can do pipes. So that should get us a few more trees into the coal burners. We added trucks, so hopefully the excavators aren't waiting. They're having to go refuel, which is a huge time and fuel killer. It's like they're driving to the nearest fuel tank to refuel. We've got fuel stations are in the research queue. We have those queued up, but they're not ready yet. Yeah, that's going to be next, I think. So we won't have our excavators in our tree harvesters driving across the map. Now this is the other area where we've got some coal production going. Looks like they finished leveling off the land and they're starting to dip into the coal. Let's check the mining designations here. And let's give them a more. That looks like we got some rain coming in. That'll do us fine. Do you want to get somewhere a ramp going up this hill so we can clear out these trees? Oh man, looks like this train needs to be leveled too. Oh man, don't like it. But I want to open up a path out this way so we can keep expanding. Oh man, there's just a lot. There's just a lot to do. Let's see how this does. This is for a rock. We have coal storage there too. Can't assign mind control towers yet to storages. So we'll let those guys go. What's next? Do you want to get to building our more permanent, long-lasting factory? And it's going to be in this area. But I think we're stuck kind of waiting on that. What can I do in the meantime? Doesn't make sense doing belts. How's our population? Looks like we've got some refugees maybe come in. Not enough unity. That's fine. Fine. New refugees. We got some goodies and 14 new people. Hooray. Let's at least send the ship out. We can load up the crew. Have these guys go explore. And let's think about these guys. Let's get some storages hooked up. Again, I think this area is going to be mostly temporary. Set up some boost storages. I know this is going to consume a bunch of construction parts, but I do have some. There, there. One for coal. For iron. And then let's copy those and put them over here too. And then I'll actually do the belts as well for these U-shaped conveyors. Suppose I could have copied and pasted after I had the belts. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna get comments. I don't like it either. U-shaped conveyor. You to you to you. Keep it looking good. It's gonna be a while before those conveyors get built. And then it might make sense. This guy takes construction part ones. Even though we have trucks bringing them here, we could at least belt that one ingredient in there and maybe save a little bit, a tiny bit of trucking. Again, all of this I'm viewing as kind of temporary. We've got water saved up. Irrigated farms just got, the research just finished on that, I think. New discovery, we found a cargo ship. Hooray. Gonna be a while before we can make use of that. Let's keep exploring. I'm wondering if we should turn this guy on or upgrade this guy to an irrigated farm. It's going to take 45 construction parts. It's probably not 45 construction part twos. Probably not the priority. We've got enough food. Let's hold off on that. We'll kind of conserve our construction parts. Irrigated farms. Conveyor belts, yippee, for sure. Beacon doesn't have enough unity. Research lab, yeah, unity is a little on the low side. Let's see what's going on there. Is it edicts or do I? It's the beacon. Beacon combined with edicts is causing us a little bit of problem here on unity. I guess I could turn off the edict. We got fuel. We have fuel saver on. Okay, coal has improved. Look at that. All that crude oil has been processed. Probably kick this guy back on. It looks like we've got a pretty good supply. Yeah, there's not enough unity. How can I disable this? It's all. Don't care too much. Okay, new location. Found some loot. Ship's back on its way home with the goodies. How are we doing on people? I guess I can turn off the edict. I hate to do it, but let's turn it off for a little bit while we get our population up. Trees. Yep, I want all that cleared out. I do need more unity. I want to clear out all this debris. I don't know if that goes away on its own. I don't know what the debris mechanic is, if this goes away on its own or if I have to use unity to clear it. or if when I build, it just will clear it on its own. These guys are looking for more stuff to mine. Dude, I know I'm gonna lose some productivity as we flatten this ground, but I just want to do it. Willing to pay the price. Speaking of paying the price, if we go to the overlays here. Where is it? Over by the copper. Yeah, we've got a bunch of ground here that needs to be leveled in order for us to have decent factory space. Let's pop. Ooh, is there a spot here? Or if we can pop a mine control tower in this area. It's not actually flat, is it? No, I'm not seeing the grid. Barely. There's a grid. There's a tiny bit of grid right here. I want to start flattening this area out. I guess, where do I want to do it? We're going to get a bunch of dirt that's going to be need to be dumped. Maybe we just start over here. Boom, let's get another one of these going. I'm going to call this one terrain leveling. I guess I could put a number on it in case we have several of these. Terrain leveling 1. Let's edit the area. Can I? Boom. Mostly interested in kind of this area out here. Starting to get this terrain leveled. Let's do, I guess I can use leveling designation flat at 4. All this, let's do it where the trees are not. And then let's do a dumping designation out this way. Do I want to just keep this island at 4 or drop it down to like 2 above sea level? Let's do leveling incline. I think that's what I want. Level 1. Let's do down to level 1. Then we'll go flat. Something like that, just to get us started. I know I'm giving up some decent topsoil here doing it, but we've got so much land on the island, I don't think it's going to be a problem. We're going to need excavators. So let's plan for another excavator and 2 more trucks. Once they're actually built, we'll put them over there to work that mine control tower and just start flattening this ground. It's going to take forever. What are we doing on Unity? Is it starting to build? A little tiny bit. Fuel station just got researched. Let's put one out here. Under vehicles, fuel station. May end up moving things around. Get a fuel station there. We're going to be doing stuff here too. Trucks assigned to the field station will automatically refuel excavators and tree harvesters at their working sites. They don't need to waste their time going to fuel on their own. So they don't need to necessarily be right next to it. Let's change that. These overlays. Let's put it between these 2 mining areas, and then a truck can go refuel both in theory. A refueling truck can Service 2 mining sites. Probably want one out here too. Somewhere out this way. Oh man, I just don't know where to put things. There for now. All right. Fuel station, we got that. Mining destinations outside of the mining area. New refugees, how are we doing? 21 plus the ship crew, so we're okay. I think I'll leave the beacon on for another cycle. Build the blast furnace with metal caster, smokestack, and enable the recipe for copper. Yeah, we need to get copper production going. How's our coal supply? Check it out. Look at all that wood now. After adding those trucks to our tree harvesters. That's awesome. How about... what a belt here. I think it's a flat conveyor for this stuff. That might save us a little bit and keep these guys going, and then let's give these guys a place to dump out their coal. In fact, we can give them 2 places to dump out their coal. I want to keep these running because we got trees in our way right now. Eventually we'll set up a tree farm because we're going to want more wood. But right now, the trees are just in my way. I'm going to tuck that back there. Okay. Save us a tiny bit of trucking. What are you doing on construction part 2s? We have 0. Tons of iron. We got lots of storage for coal and iron. We need to do some seriously long belt runs. What next? What next? Copper we could dive into. Get our fuel station. Let's put a tank next to these guys. I forgot to do that. Wanted to. Diesel and fill her up. And then down here, same thing. Diesel. Full. Tapes. And then I think in order for this to work, it's going to need a pickup truck assigned to it, right? Boom. I think that's the way this goes. Did I do this one right? Just wanted to check the outputs. Yep. That all looks good. What are we doing on diesel? That looks pretty great, actually. Got 5 full tanks, and I've got some other tanks in the area. Look like they're doing pretty good too. Let's send out the crew. Send out the ship. Let's pick a place at random and go. Tech tree's got groundwater pumps. Refugees. We have a 34 plus the crew of the ship. Let's turn off the beacon for a bit and see if we can't build some unity. I'm going to put fuel saver back on. So I guess it'll be a wash. Should do maintenance reducer. How is maintenance? 95. We're getting by. putting off some kind of important stuff, though. Do need to start building my big old factory here. How do we want to do it? How do we want to do it? Got a pretty good idea how I want to do it. So let's try and get started. Clearing this brush, though. Oh, man. Don't have a lot of extra unity. Maybe I do need to turn off the fuel saver for a bit. Do we have community water? Where's that? No, settlement water. That's coming up in the research queue. That, I think, will allow us to generate some unity. Got a couple of water tanks here. We're going to want to supply water to our little community. How best to do that? Should I split this water supply? And this is temporary. Let's put at least a couple tanks here. Don't know if there's going to be enough. Whoops, I went into planning mode. Didn't mean to. Don't know if there's going to be enough out of these two water collectors to feed both our concrete slab production and our colony, but we're going to try. We have surplus at the moment. What's the holdup for you fellas? Coal, right? Yeah, I can't just bump up the priority on everything. Truck's extremely busy. Vehicle parts, we could prioritize this a little bit. Mechanical parts are short. We set up one more little temporary assembling. Doing a temporary assembly machine doing mechanical parts. Just put it right here. Oh, I never. Yeah, we gotta belt all these plates too. Oh man, so much inefficiency here the way I've got it laid out. But again, I'm understanding this to be temporary. We do need to belt all this stuff out. I guess that takes construction part 3. So let's get it going. Conveyors. That's kind of what I want. All right, should we do copper? This guy's waiting on diesel. Trucking's my issue. I could run big long sections of pipe, but I just don't want to create that spaghetti just yet. Copper. I guess let's try and get simple copper production going. Do I have a flat space to build? In fact, I think I need. Yes, this will do pretty much. Let's go into planning mode so I can. Planning mode. Copy. I think I just need this plus an extra step for copper. Just got to find a flat space to do it. That'll do. So recipes, we want copper and copper. Whoops, did I not hit okay? Copper and copper. Looks right. Then these guys, copper. Seems like these casters could almost just have no recipe selection, and they just, whatever they get, they turn into sheets. So we want to take that impure copper and turn it into something beautiful. Is refined copper, or just plain copper, I think they call it. Oh yeah, I got tree designations out here. Speaking of which, put one more storage here. I really want to clear trees. Check out the coal. I'm gonna do it. It's one thing with planning mode. I often forget to turn it off, and I forget to kick on to build the actual construction. So what's next after this? I think we got to get water, and we've got to get, let's see, electrolyzer or something. Where is it? Copper electrolysis. It takes 24 impure copper. I think these guys are kicking out 12. Yeah. So it's a 1, 2, 2 of electrolysis buildings to casters. And it just wants water. You do have water nearby. In fact, I might be building on top of water. Let's see. How do I want you to do your thing? Looks reasonable. So let's unpause all this stuff. Gonna be busy. Look at our trucks. They're like red hot, extremely busy. Conveyors, you guys. Never know if this is going to connect directly to it. I guess I can try, right? Why don't we just try it? Will you connect? Looks like it did. You're going to go out this way. Oof, that's kind of ugly. Kind of ugly. There's a little nugget of belt here. Maybe I can get rid of that. That looks better. Let's unpause all this again. And now these guys would be nice to go into a storage, I suppose. Let's do it. This guy over. I'd like there to be room for a great big storage of this stuff. Maybe I move this way over. This, and then flat conveyor, boom, up. Something like that. This will be the refined copper. That looks good to me. I'm going to unpause it all. This, did I change the recipe? Nope. So we want copper. Fill her up. Q2. And unpause that. All right, that is good to go. Eventually, we got to get rid of this rock. We're going to belt it to the coast and dump it. Just like these guys are dumping dirt, I'm going to give them a place too where they can drop off their dirt, and we'll belt it to the coast and have somebody manning that storage and dumping it into our field designations. Location explored. Got some goodies. Ship. Keep going. Okay, we got 25 people. Let's check fuel. Looks great. Looks really good. So our big issues right now are probably trucking. Food's holding up awesome, so we don't need to upgrade the farms yet. In fact, we could shut down a farm if we need to. That would give us 8 more workers. Probably could have done that sooner. Or could have done that before when we were short on workers. Unity is building up. Good, good, good. I want to clear out this, I think. Let's do it. I hate spending all this Unity, but yeah, I don't know if I have to worry about this debris or not. Let me know in the comments. I'm wasting Unity doing that. All right, let's got a little bit of time left. Let's start in planning mode, and I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing here. Let's copy this. We're going to replace all of this here, basically. So I want a bunch of smelting or production kind of up along this way as I'm dragging this little ghost. Then I want a road with bridges or ramps where I can send belts underneath that road. Then I want all my manufacturing, starting with maintenance parts, so electronic parts, mechanical parts, you know, a whole bunch of maintenance buildings, taking that stuff in. Then we'll start a factory for construction part 1s, then a factory for construction part 2s, blah, 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 all the way across this way. And then hopefully we can terraform or, you know, get up on these other surfaces and do more, probably have to do more advanced production up here. But that's kind of what I got in mind, and I want to keep it fairly spaced out. Right above these this smelting operation that I'm about to drop, I want to have a bunch of belts. Belts to bring in ore and belts to take out slag. So I'm just trying to think where to put the first little nugget down. Guess we just got to do it, right? Do it. Maybe something like... Let's line it up to that line for the heck of it. Boom. And then let's take... want to build this again, but I think... flip the whole thing. I was going to flip these. What I want in the middle... I want storage, but I want room for us to expand to the very big storage. I don't know how big that is. How many extra squares it is for the really large one. I'm guessing it's almost double the size. I don't think it shows us in the tech tree. Eventually we get to the big storages. Where are you? Long trains. Storage is large. Does it show me anything about the size? Storage 3. I just don't remember how big these are. If it's double, kind of double the size, but I want to leave room. Maybe something like this. Thinking, bear with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, that's feels like overkill. 6 extra spaces. Gotta be enough. So I'm gonna put the storage there. These belts. Black conveyors. This is going to be our new iron coming out. In fact, let's get rid of little nuggets. Before I do that, I want more storages, sorry. configured for iron. I'm going to copy. Start with 3. We can scale this up later. It's all in planning mode, so we can undo it if we don't like it. Then back here, we're going to have, like I said, a bunch of belts. Bringing in ore and taking out slag. Slag, I guess, run separate belts for this. We're going to get in the way of this belt eventually, but this can start climbing up, I'm thinking. For now, let's just leave it like that. Then let's take all of this and kind of mirror image it. Flip. That is so awesome. We can do that. Like it quite a bit. And then I'm going to leave 5 squares of space. I think this guy plunks down right there, except I don't want... does it matter? I was going to say I don't want the ore little caches to be mirrored, but I guess it doesn't hurt. These kind of do act like a pair. The whole setup acts as a pair. Yes, that'd be our iron smelting. Store it up and then belt it out. And how high do I need to go to get out of here? Let's look at the vehicle ramps. Let's look at our messages first here. Let me make sure I'm not missing something massive here. Okay, we found some loot. Ship is... Are you able to go further? Go for it, buddy. Then how are we doing tech tree? What do we get? Crop rotation and groundwater pump. Oh, groundwater pump. We'll need over here because we got to get water to this. It's still being constructed. It's going to take a little time. We need to get water into that electrolysis machine or building. Let's see if we can't finish planning this out a little bit. So slag comes out. These guys are set for iron, right? Iron and iron. We have a storage here. Eventually we'll rip these out and replace them with the big giant huge storages. So we'll have extra storage of iron plates, and we may even put more storages back up this way and have a ton. That way if we're short on something, short on workers, or people start dying off or whatever, we can shut things down and we still have like a supply to keep the factories running. Found goodies and the ship is back, or on its way back. Excuse me. Now I want to get this ore out of here. And somewhere down below, we're going to need a factory for building the stuff for maintenance. So let's look at maintenance. Excuse me. Where are you, maintenance? Maintenance depot. 12 mechanical parts. So maybe that's the first factories we set up are for mechanical parts. I got belts that can do 60, right? I think our belts currently can move 60 parts. Yeah, maximum throughput of 60. How far away are we from the next level belts? For conveyors, where are you? Conveyor belts 2. There's a bit. There's a bit. Oh, and I bet do these take construction part 3s to build? They do. Conveyor 2s get us 200, so it's more than 3 times the throughput. Dude, now the big question is, do I build for that? You know, to plan for having these faster belts, or do I just say, nope, build for the level 1 belts, and don't worry about it. And just set up a factory that works on level 1 belts, and that's fine. Because this is going to put out, what? 48, right? 1, 2, 4 times 12 is 48. So that's going to put 48 iron ore on the belt. That's not even enough, I think, to make our mechanical parts. 48. We need more. We need more. One more little caster would do it. Just thinking. Ooh, it's even worse. So we've got a ratio here where it takes 7.5 iron. The ratio is the same, I think they are, right, for next level. Yeah, 15 to 12. So 7.5 gets us 6 mechanical parts. So if I wanted to load a belt with mechanical parts, I can't really even do that yet without 2 belts of iron plate coming in. What do we want to do about that? Do we want to worry about it or not? Assembly 2s. These take construction part 2s. I'd rather upgrade these later. So let's take an assembly. Just see what this would look like. This would be mechanical parts factory. I'm going to assume maybe 5 of these machines. Inputs there. I'm going this way and maybe just doing them in a straight line. All right. Oops. Let's copy the rest. Let's do the recipe. This is going to be mechanical parts. Five. All this needs is iron plates, right? So say this is all in planning mode. We may move it around. Don't have to get too fancy. So this... Oh, that camera angle, hope it's not driving you crazy. Driving me a little crazy. And then now we need to get iron plates down into this factory. But I want to do it through a ramp. So it's going to be somewhere we're going to have a vehicle ramp. And let's go with at least the medium size. I just don't know how far down to put this. If I'm going to be stacking belts behind this thing, or if it's always going to be kind of low to the ground. Let's do this dead center on the line, just because I don't know how it's going to play out. Boom, something like that. Then we're going to have belt coming out of here. This is going to be iron plates. And this is where I'm kind of questioning myself on, do I want these belts high? I mean, in theory, we're going to have a main road going straight on through, so it doesn't matter. Um, we're not going to block traffic by having it high or low. Have it on the ground and it's fine. They'll go over the ramp. But these are going to allow for more throughput if I stay up high in the air. That's kind of what I'm wrestling with. So yeah, can always tweak it later as we learn what makes sense for this particular factory design. That will not, that is too high for that distance, it looks like. I don't know. One more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Then down. I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know. I'm going to have to play with this maybe in between episodes or as we play on. We'll see what makes sense in terms of the elevations, but you can kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. Smelt a bunch of iron, send it down into the factories. Keep doing more of that. Build a cache of iron and proceed on, and then factories here. So this stuff, these guys are all going to feed into maintenance factories, maintenance machines, buildings, whatever. But the next thing I need is a bunch of electronic parts. So let's see what that's going to take. Electronic parts take more mechanical parts. Whoops, looked at the wrong thing. No, it takes rubber and copper. So let's leave a little bit of room. Let's kick out 4. Oh, man. 4. So let's plan for... maintenance needs half as many electronic parts as it does need mechanical parts. Oh, man, the math. Not in the mood for the math. Let's, we may just eyeball this. 4. So 10 would be 40. 12 would be, yeah, 12's 48. Man, you need like 15 to fill a belt. Oh my goodness. Let's leave room. I don't want to even use those mechanical parts. That's the thing. Oh. Rubber and copper. Yeah, let's just do another line here for that. I'm going to leave way more room than I need. I know we have vertical belts. I'll probably use those later. I do like the look of the sloped belts better. All right. This is all going to be electric parts, electronics. Our little eyedropper tool. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going to need to get rubber and stuff down here. We could still use this particular bridge and belt rubber from somewhere. Doesn't have to be way out here. Oh, that's not the rubber, actually. Our rubber's down here. We're doing kind of lousy rubber with diesel and coal. Can I see the better recipe for rubber yet? Production. Naphtha and sulfur. Naphtha and coal. Ethanol and sulfur. Diesel and sulfur. Diesel and coal. Coal. What I'm thinking right now, we got waste to deal with. What I was thinking about right now is, should we put like rubber production in here, in this row of where we're smelting things, or should we just produce the rubber where it's most convenient to do so? Currently, that's here, and just have a belt that feeds a bus over here somehow. Again, I think this one's going to have to move down. Tell you what, I'm going to tinker with this between episodes. Tinker with the design, and maybe I'll get rubber hooked up somehow onto this belt. And then we'll unpause this, or I may even start unpausing this iron. But our goal, what I'm working on, is I want kind of a longer-term factory design. We're going to keep scaling out to the right as we expand our products. Smelting up top, or raw resource refinement up top, a road, and then kind of factory production of refined products below. There'll be some exceptions to that, but that's kind of how we're starting. I want to start with maintenance. So you can see our maintenance is already getting low, so that we can start getting that need taken care of, and then quickly move to construction part 1s, construction part 2s, and having storages for all that kind of stuff. That's the idea, but I want to kind of nail this initial layout. So I'm going to play with this for a little bit between episodes. I'll probably put on the maintenance saver here, maintenance reducer, until I get that going. I may throw down another maintenance machine, maintenance building here, just till we get it worked out, or till I get this design worked out so we can keep production going. Yeah, that's it for this episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series on Captain of Industry. Oh man, it's my favorite game in the genre. So much to do, but man, at any given moment, especially early game, there's about 50 different things you want to be working on. But you can only do one thing at a time. So yeah, it's fun for sure. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support. And with that, I'll see you all in the next episode.